Hey guys, welcome back. I appreciate you. Today, shop tour. So, we're going to start off right here. You see a stack of pallets right here, which leads me to my first point. Pallets are virtually free anywhere you go. Most places have them, they store them around back, they need to get rid of them, so rather than paying somebody to haul them off, a lot of times if you ask for them, they'll give them to you for free. You can haul them home, start tearing them apart, and practice woodworking, do a cheap project. They're good for a lot of things. The only thing is, you have to tear them down, cut them down, get the wood out of them. Now, I'm going to make a video on how you can do that, or how I do that. On top of here is a couple cedar planer boxes. They're 16 by 16, sits 10 inches deep. These are really nice. Customers love them. I've sold a lot of them. This one is treated, this one is untreated. They're made out of cedar. And I'm going to leave a link down in the description box below about the guy who made a video on how to make these. That's how I learned how to make them, and these are actually what inspired me to build the next woodworking project I'm going to do, which is an 8 foot long, 3 foot tall, 30 inch wide cedar planer box. It's a huge project. I've built one, I just got an order for another one, and yeah, these are what inspired that. Next, you move over here, and I got my mobile workbench. Just kind of a universal. I use it all around the shop. I roll it around. It's on casters. You can't really see them in the video. They're just tiny casters. I need to upgrade it to bigger ones, but it just has one shelf, and I put this behind my table saw to catch any lumber I push through. I put it next to my miter saw to hold up any of the weight that on a really long board, 8 foot board I'm cutting, and I just roll it around wherever I need it. When I'm done cutting and ripping and whatever I'm doing, I can just move it right back over here and start assembling the project. So I just recently built this, and it has made a world of difference in my shop. Moving right along here, here's my miter saw. This is Chicago Electric. It's a 10 inch with a slide on it. So it'll cut a pretty decent size board. I forget exactly how big. I think 12 inch is what it'll do straight, and maybe 10 inch at an angle. But I like it. It's Chicago Electric. It's from Harbor Freight, pretty cheap, and it's done me real good. It's given me no problems. So if you're looking to start out and buy a cheap miter saw, this is a place to go. I highly recommend it. It has some clamps that you could do, clamp down your board, and it goes all the way to 45 degrees this way and 45 degrees tilting either way too. So it's pretty universal, and it works for a lot of projects. I love it. Next up, table saw. Now this one I got from Lowe's. They did have a nice cheaper one at Harbor Freight, and I'm sure it would have been fine, but I went with this one because Lowe's actually had a sale on it at the time, and I felt like maybe this might be my better option. It came with a stand with it, so I didn't have to buy an extra stand. So it works great for me. Same thing, you can go all the way up to 45 degree angle. The problem with this that I don't like is there's no spot to hook up a vacuum or any kind of dust collection, so it makes a mess underneath it. You have to sweep it up. One day I'll upgrade, but right now it's done me good. I have no complaints on it. Moving around to the back, you got my shelves that I just keep pretty much everything I need for woodworking on this shelf. At the top I have vinyl gloves, I have some mineral spirits, boiled linseed oil as finishes, then I have WD-40, cleaning, paper towels, the big bottle of glue, and some owner manuals. I like to keep them just in case I ever forget how to do something or need a tip or whatever on that. On this shelf I have all my finishes and stains. I have spray lacquer, I have polyurethane, I have several wood finishes for stains, and then I have some primer and some paint, and then a mixing bucket that I use. You can move on to the next shelf. It's all hardware: screws, nails, bolts, nuts, anything you can think of there. Down here is accessories for my tools. So router bits, paddle bits, drill bits, anything I can think of that may help me out on assembling a project that will be an accessory to a tool. I try to keep organized here. Down there you have the router, and then down there you have a battery powered skill saw and some extra tools, and here's my table saw accessories right there. Moving on down here, I just recently purchased this. This is a motorized hand plane, and it has saved me tons of time and money on my projects. I was sanding them down smooth, but now I bought that, and it cuts my time in half or more. Well worth it. Not very expensive to get. This one's Craftsman, came from Lowe's, but I love it. It's worked great. In here I have a corded skill saw in case the battery powered one isn't quite powerful enough, or the batteries are dead, whatever. That's just a heat gun in there. Here I have some little scrap pieces. You never know what I'm going to make with it. I like to keep them around, and if I don't use them after a year, I just toss them out. I have my drill driver and my impact driver here. Going up here is all my sandpaper. It's a belt sander, orbit sander, and then these are pieces I'm just not quite ready to throw away. I might get a little more use out of them. Then I got my skill saw here, and then up here, another tool I love. I recently bought a pocket hole jig, which you'll see here in a second. And this is a very low torque, low power Craftsman driver. And for pocket holes, it's perfect. You're not gonna over torque it, split the wood, strip it out, whatever. So this is perfect for pocket holes. I got a soldering iron and torch here, some different style soldering iron here. Then I got my little glue bottle here, easier to work with, and I just fill it up with that when I'm done. I got my glue spreader, safety glasses. I got some tape measures, pencils, and some hammers and screwdrivers just to get through. Then on the front I have my squares, and yeah, that's all on my organizing shelf. Alright, next up is a Craig jig. This is a 720 Pro. It comes with some extra containers for whatever you need to put in there. It comes with some hardware, some screws. It comes with both sizes drill bits that you need. And it comes with a dust collection system. I have a vacuum set up right behind me, so I could just push the button, start drilling. Definitely recommend a vacuum hooked up to this while you're using it. I was doing it without the vacuum, and it just became a hassle. Definitely have a vacuum hooked up to this. Makes it a lot easier. Over here, just a small Cobalt 3-gallon air compressor. Not heavy duty at all, but for doing brad nails and just blowing off dust off your tables or off your project before you get ready to wipe it down and stain it or finish it, it's perfect for that. I highly recommend just a small one, and then start small, guys. That's what I can't stress enough. Start small, start cheap, practice, get better, and as you sell projects, put that money back into your shop, into yourself, and investing in tools and stuff. That is what I did. I'm just gradually building up to a bigger shop, to a bigger air compressor, to a full-on dust collection. But right now, this is working great for me, and I can't complain. So that's my shop tour, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And it's not much. It's a start. I will grow and get bigger as time goes along. But right now, for what I do, it works great. And this is a huge improvement on where I actually started out. I lived in an apartment complex, and I had a little exterior storage unit, closet. I stacked up all my tools in there, and every time I needed to work on something, I drug everything out to the parking lot. I pulled my truck up, lowered the tailgate, and I did all my projects off the bed of my truck. Then when I was done, I had to haul everything back upstairs into that little closet. And it was a hassle, guys, but perseverance. Keep working, keep thriving, don't get discouraged, keep trying, keep doing what you need to do, what you enjoy doing to make a better life for yourself, for your family, loved ones, whoever. Don't give up. Life is hard. Keep pushing. That's whatever you do, whether it's woodworking, whether it's your career, whether you're a doctor, lawyer, it doesn't matter. Just keep pushing on what you enjoy, what you thrive, and keep making that better life for yourself and your family. I'm going to end this video here. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I'll leave some links in the videos from what inspired me on building this project on those planter boxes. And I'll leave some links in the video on how to pick up the wood for the project that we're about to build. So thanks again, guys. Have a great day.